Hey church, this is Steve, and I want to talk to you about something that's really important to me right now, and that is the Orchard Church plan to return and restart. Yeah, our long 12-week shutdown is finally coming to a close. We hope for good, and our staff has come up with a really good, comprehensive, three-phase, five-category approach to restarting our worship services, life groups, and everything else. So I'm really proud about that. But before I get into it, I just got to say thank you to our staff team. They've done so good. They had a great plan going into this. They started back in February implementing cleaning and disinfecting protocols. You know, before anybody else was serious about this, we had plans in place. And before the shutdown happened, we had a plan for live streaming Sunday morning in place. We had Zoom video conferencing accounts for all of our life group leaders in place, and we were ready to go. So I'm really proud. Our staff team never asked the question and never complained about how these circumstances might affect them personally. Instead, they always asked the question, how can we affect others despite these circumstances? And I'm really proud of our team. They've had a plan to keep the mission forefront. Yeah, we have continued to be able to love God, love others, and make disciples even through these circumstances. Thank you, team, for keeping our Sunday mornings going, for keeping our life groups going. And I got to say a special shout out to Susan H. Farnham. That's Susan Honkin Farnham for continuing to doing our systematic theology courses, even through all of this shutdown that has happened. Thank you guys for keeping our connections strong. Really proud of you. Not only do you have a plan to keep the connections going and a plan to get us out of this, but this whole shutdown has offered us a real opportunity to step it up in some ways. We always love to say that we're about being for Gilmer. And so during this whole thing, we have continued and even increased our involvement with our community. We've been active at making sure hungry kids out at Tower Road have had everything they've needed. And we've got people out there every day this week making sure that summer meals are distributed, even though we can't do it the way we've always done it in the past. Thank you guys for doing that. We've made sure that lunches were available on our church campus when the school system needed a space to distribute lunches before they changed their plan. So we've been available to our community that way. We've made sure that we've been involved at the food pantry and even supporting them with money that they've needed. Thank you, church, for stepping it up and making sure that our food pantry is supplied and that hungry people are getting fed. We've made sure that we have been giving gift cards to first responders, emergency members, and healthcare providers so we can make sure we show our community that we really are for Gilmer, that we love them and we support them in a difficult time like this. Wow, way to go, church. It's your giving that has made that possible. Not only all that, but when you return to the Orchard Church soon, you'll notice that we've got a lot of little freshening up upgrades that we've been doing during this time. We have seen the parking lot expanded so that our band can have a nice little place to park behind the building. Thanks, Tom Stigler. Thank you to everybody that helped to refresh by painting the lobby and the auditorium and the hallway spaces. Thanks for kind of giving us a little freshening up there. I know that was a lot of hard work that you guys did. And I got to say a special shout out to Larry Spohr and Jeff Parker for rewiring so much of our tech everything. You don't even know how big of a deal it was to pull out all those cables. Man, we inherited a mess when we moved in, and then we added our own mess on top of it. And these guys have really straightened that out, cleaned it up, and our tech booth has really seen a significant upgrade. Thank you guys very much. So we're going to return and restart beginning this weekend. Yeah, we want to be good shepherds, emulating our good shepherd. So we want to be bold about returning and restarting, gathering together as the body of Christ, but we want to take wise counsel and good guidance from people who are in the know and who are smart, because we care about the vulnerable around us. We care about our body and the people that are sensitive to potentially getting and being very, very sick from this novel virus. People like my mom. My mom, who is a prime target, it seems, for this virus to really ravage. So we want to be very, very wise in how we go about returning and restarting. So we're going to go the extra mile. We're going to put a lot of steps into place to make sure that we are caring for those around us very well. We want to go that extra mile. Do you know where that phrase comes from? It comes from Jesus. Yeah, Jesus tells his followers that if a soldier, not your friend, a soldier, a member of the oppressing army, asks you to carry his gear for a mile, you carry it the extra mile. Go the extra mile. And if Jesus wants us to go the extra mile for our oppressors, how much more does he want us to take extra steps for the vulnerable in our midst, our brothers and our sisters? So we're doing just that. Our first step was to conduct trial runs this past weekend. Yeah, we had a trial run of Celebrate Recovery. They had a big party this weekend up on the church property where we practiced some social distancing and some measures, had them in place so that we could care for people. And we had a trial run of our in-person worship service this past weekend. We had a by invitation, leadership and staff only sort of return so that we could practice social distancing, see where our choke points were, and learn what we needed to learn as we kind of funneled people in, through, and out of the service this past weekend. And we did just that. We learned a lot. We've debriefed, and now we're going to put what we've learned into practice so that we can return and restart this coming weekend. Yep, that's right. We are now ready, we feel, to enter phase one. I'm not going to go into all the details right here, but phase one highlights mean that we're going to have one service only. We're going to have a limited capacity of about 50 people in the building at one time. We're going to take social distancing measures, spreading our seats out, and practice not hugging, not handshaking, but keeping safe distances inside the building and outside the building. Masks are going to be encouraged but not required, except for people serving on teams. If you're a leader serving on a team, we're asking leaders to wear masks. We won't be having Kid Zone during phase one, and we will be employing extra disinfecting measures. So we got a lot of stuff going on. You can read all the details on our website. I really encourage you to look through our very well thought out comprehensive plan to return and restart. Listen, how do you get in on this? How can you be part of it? We want you to be part if you can. First of all, our 50-person seating arrangement is going to be available to everybody by reservation only. Yeah, you got to reserve a seat. I know that stinks. Nobody thinks that's a great idea, but we think it's the best we can do during this temporary time. You can get on our website and you can follow the link right to that. You'll see links available on email and on our website so that you can make your reservations now. I'm pretty sure it'll fill up, so make your reservations early. Hey, if you're sick or really vulnerable, or if you're still kind of unsure, listen, we want you to just stay home. Don't take any unnecessary risks. We are going to continue to live stream throughout this entire process in phase 1, 2, and 3. I don't think there's going to be a time anymore where we're not live streaming our Sunday morning services. Our life groups will be returning to meeting as they had been, as they feel comfortable doing so. Most of our groups are doing that anyway now. They're meeting outside at parks and by the river. I just joined a group by the river this past weekend. It was awesome. So we're slowly returning back to normal. And I just want to say, thank you, church. Thank you. You have remembered what this is all about. You've been patient through this time, and we've been protecting the vulnerable around us. You are the church, the body of Christ. And you've made this ongoing ministry possible by giving by participating and by being patient through the whole thing. We remember that it's our biblical mandate to gather together as the body of Christ. And we will not forsake the call that Jesus gives us to be together. Yeah, you can't be an obedient child of God without gathering together and one anothering one another. Right? There's so many ways that we're called to one another, love one another, encourage one another, bear one another's burdens, support one another over and over and over again. We're called to take care of one another. And that's what we do in loving God, loving others, and making disciples. So I'm really excited about returning. It's going to be a little bit of a slow start, but soon we'll be in the new normal, and it'll be fantastic. Hey, church, I'm praying for you, and I'm excited about gathering together once again. Get on our website, check out all the details, check the frequently asked questions, and ask your own, and let us know what you think. Make sure you get a reservation, and I'll be seeing you in phase 1. God bless you.